Good morning everybody, my name is Roxie Rose and welcome back to Alice Madness Returns. Okay, so I think this should be the final episode, hopefully. Oh, well, it's the final level at least of the Infernal Train.
Hatter, I must stop this infernal train and the evil force that drives it!
Everything's a nail, is it, Miss Hammerhead? First it was all search, freighted with fear and fragmented memories. Now it's the train. Never time for tea. While your brain's on holiday, we're ruined. Now we're all mad here, and that's a good excuse for going to hell in a teapot, but not for forgetting what your senses saw. Forgetting is just forgetting, except when it's not. Then they call it something else. I'd like to forget what you did. I've tried, but I can't.
You've used me and abused me, but you will not destroy me.
No, the damage is done. The old Alice and her Wonderland retreat are demolished. You can't even recognize what's happened, and you're powerless to change it or move against me. I've made certain of that. Come to receive your punishment, then?
I know I'm guilty of something, but punishment never suits the victims of the crime.
Abuse is a crime the strong visit on the weak. And you're right, abusers are insufficiently punished for the damage they do. Those who witness abuse without seeking retribution for the harmed pay a penalty. Your own pain mitigates your failure to act earlier, but you may not yet have paid enough for witnessing the pain of others.
So not just dealing with an abusive doctor, dealing with a slave trader. That's nice, isn't it? Onwards through the memories, which I think is all the train is.
You corrupted my memories, but you failed to make me forget.
I could have made you into a tasty bit. Clients out the door waiting for a piece from a raving, delusional beauty with no memory of the past or no sense of the future. But you wouldn't forget. You insisted on holding on to your fantasies. You're mad! Like your sister.
Don't speak of her! You didn't know her!
Your sister was a tease, pretended to despise me. She got what she wanted, in the end.
Lovely.
My Lizzie! What is this train's destination?
Madness and destruction. You shouldn't ask questions you know the answer to. It's not polite. And that noise wasn't Lizzie talking in her sleep.
Oh, no! Oh, poor Lizzie!
And there are no centaurs in Oxford. Make your survival mean something, or we are all doomed!
Explains why he wanted to ruin her specifically if she saw him. Yeah, isn't that lovely? Oh, it's saved. Hello, good doctor.
Hide in your shell.
No, I'd rather not, thank you.
The past must be paid for.
Ow. Roxie Rose or something.
Could you kill a fly?
Yes. I don't have one of those problems with Doctor. Oh. That's quite annoying. Yes, I didn't do a right spectacular job of dodging the first time. Yeah, let's try this again, shall we?
The past must be paid for.
Yeah. Okay. So when he goes for me, all I have to do really is dodge. Ow. Gosh. And hole. Come on. Why aren't you aiming, Alice? Why aren't you aiming? That was a good, wasn't it?
Could you kill a fly?
Honestly, right now, I don't think so, no. I'm gonna have to get these dodgy mechanics right. I thought the hand was just run around like a mad thing, but now I'm not really certain. The fist, at least, is an easy one. Yeah, I just need to pay attention. Like, seriously pay attention. Can't see. That's kind of weird. That was really weird.
The cost of forgetting is high.
Really mature. Just out of time. Oh. I don't like you. Don't like you at all. Okay. Gosh. It's so difficult to regulate. Oh, really? I didn't even notice. It was off in the corner doing its own thing.
Don't struggle, Alice.
Of course I'm going to struggle. This is the closest I've gotten. Oh, what? Where are you aiming, Alice? Oh. I had the umbrella up like a second too late. This is hard. This is really hard. Like if I get hit once... Oh, it started me from the second hand. That'd be really handy if it has. Haha. Unintentional pun. Or maybe intentional. Who's to say? Run. Okay. Interesting. Alice. Okay. Yes, just do your strange hand thing, which I'm pretty sure might be a glitch. Might actually be a glitch. Or was that the first hand?
Make-believe Avenger.
Okay. You realise how hard dodging you is. Where are you aiming, Alice?
An effectual twit.
Okay. Alice. Wrong button. No! He dropped me on a spike. Okay. I feel like I'm fighting more with the controls than I am with the actual boss himself. Which I think I am in a way. Okay, that really literally did nothing.
Absurd pugilist.
It is without a doubt the aiming mechanic that causes the most problems, definitely. Oh, I missed the button. Damn.
Frightened of your shadow.
No. So pop your police, Grandpa, you are not actually that scary. Ow. rid of you. I pressed the dodge button. He picked me up while I was a pile of butterflies. That is not supposed to be possible. And I'm back here again.
Make-believe Avenger.
I hate you. With thousands of balls of hatred. Okay, there's no point me fighting these flaming hand things. Because I actually can't fight them. Despite my popular belief, they're not my actual target. Yes, nice try.
Frightened of your shadow?
No, you're not scary. Frightened of this flaming aiming mechanic, yes. It's absolutely terrible. Case in point. Oh. Yeah, okay. I think I've come to realise exactly just how good modern control systems are. Because these are not good. These are not good in the slightest. Like, seriously not good. Will you do something already, please? See the whole not good thing. Especially that. Poor aiming. And the fact it doesn't leave the aiming system when you let go of it. I don't need it to hold on to the aiming system, and yet it does. There's just no need for it. Especially when you can't run. While it's in the aiming system. That's not affecting it like it really kind of should. Okay, let's see, out of the aiming system now. Which hand are you going with? Pick that one. And you missed. Can I have more roses, please?
Absurd futurist!
Oh! Yeah! It didn't throw another large ruin at me, which I kind of thought it would have. Unpredictable. Does not a good boss make. Because it kind of feels more like luck of the draw.
In prison, some half-wit bruiser will make you his sweetheart, and then you'll hang.
Indeed. A hysterical woman, former lunatic, roaring outrageous accusations against a respectable social architect and scientist. My God, Alice, who would believe you? I scarcely believe it myself.
You, monstrous creature. Such evil will be punished.
By whom? By what? Psychotic, silly bitch. Your madness will be punished. Now leave. I'm expecting your replacement.
You're a grown man.
Oh,
She actually did it! Oh my god! Do you know, for all I used to play this game, I never remembered how it ended. She just straight up kills him. Well, I didn't come out of that very well, did I?
Ah, Alice. We can't go home again. No surprise, really. Only a very few find the way, and most of them don't recognize it when they do. Delusions, too, die hard. Only the savage regard the endurance of pain as the measure of worth. Forgetting pain is convenient, remembering it agonizing. But recovering the truth is worth the suffering, and our wonderland, though damaged, is safe in memory for now.
Thanks, Kat, for your final words of wisdom. Well, I think, as I said when I started this series, this was one of my favourite all-time games growing up, and that hasn't changed. It is still one of my all-time favourite games. However, and I think this is going to be true for all the games that I used to play, the games we have now run so much more smoothly that when you go back and replay some of these older titles, it's really hard to see past the flaws. Story-wise and artistic-wise, I still really enjoy this game. However, controls, yeah, while it was something I could work around and put up with when I was a child, that's kind of because all the other games controlled the same way, and then the games we had before controlled even worse, so it was kind of like, it's kind of like what you get used to, I suppose. But then I played these modern games, you know, the newest Resident Evils, and even Bioshock was like smoother transitions, and you forget these old games that you have to literally press specific buttons, otherwise you're going to get stuck in movements, and they've got long animation times you've got to sit through before you can make the next action, and it's, yeah, the bosses don't really wait for you to go through those animations, they just keep attacking, and it's like, oh right, I can't just go into this guns blazing, I've actually got to have a strategy. And you know, I think it's not a bad thing, it's just how these old games used to be. And unfortunately I'm not as good at going in with the strategy as I used to be, which means when I beat these things it's more pot luck than anything else. I used to be able to think it through and then execute how I wanted it to, and I used to be able to do this without losing hardly any roses, and now it's like I don't think I could even attempt that. I mean, just the fact that I missed some of the memories and stuff, I went back over and had a quick look, and yeah, there were quite a few that I missed, especially in the earlier levels. Now when I first played this game, years ago, I wish I knew how old this game actually was, I think I got something like 85% on the first run through, which was pretty good for me. It was the pig snouts I had the most trouble with. Once again, I've missed 2 pig snouts in the water level, and I know for a fact one of those is the one I never found. My old save file permanently sitting at 99%, it's never gonna change. But I used to go back and replay these levels, and you forget how long they are. When I started this, I honestly thought I could do you know, like if I did an hour's run through that, I'd get through an entire level, and that's just not the case. Each of these levels is almost 2 hours. They're huge, ginormous things, and they don't really save halfway through. You have like the quick save options where, you know, it's like, yeah, if you want to go take a 5-minute break now, go take your breaks, but don't close the game because it won't save the level. You've got to finish whole sections, you know, and wait for that loading screen or an animation to say, yeah, we've saved now. You know, now you can close it. Oh, I don't miss playing games this way. I will say, because you have to put aside so much spare time, and just be prepared to play like a 3-hour stint if you have to, especially if you get stuck, which I do. And then obviously the fact that you can't go backwards in some sections. If you go too far, it cuts places off, and then you miss things because it's cut it off and you can't turn around. It's just, oh yeah, it's a struggle, but it's a struggle I've enjoyed in a very strange way. I don't like the final boss, but well, yeah, there is no but. I don't like the final boss in this. I think out of all the you know, the scary monsters that they've got in this, when you get to the final levels, I kind of like games to just throw everything at me to keep it exciting. When there's that final boss, you know, this was a bit of a lottery. It is a bit of, you know, what kind of mini enemies are they gonna send at you, you know, while the hands are doing the motions. And I may moan about the controls, but yeah, like the bosses in general, when it brought the 3-headed ruin out, you know, that was scary because it's, oh gosh, I actually really need to think about this. I mean, imagine if it had brought out the baby-headed sludge monster, or in fact any of the baby-headed dolls as well. It would have been so much harder and so much, you know, more difficult. But I realised I did drop the difficulty on this, I think, didn't I? Early on. I was trying to play it on Nightmare and I knocked it down to hard. But to be fair, I don't think I've ever beaten the game on hard, so but I'd have to check my old save file for that. That's on my Xbox, not on my computer, so there is a little bit of a difference between the Xbox version and the computerized version, that I can definitely say for sure, mainly in terms of the input controls. On the Xbox, it's very smooth, very smooth. You press a button, it happens immediately. Computer, not so much. But I think that's the same for quite a few of these games that I end up getting on Origin. There seems to be like a couple seconds delay between the pressing of the button and the action. For some of the older games that is a problem. I think I died several times, needlessly died several times here because I forgot about that couple of seconds. For jumping platforms and stuff like that, it's a bit of a nightmare because you have to keep that few second delay in your head when you're moving. But other than that, it's still a pretty good game. It's still one of my favourites, and probably when I have spare time I will go through and try again for some of the memories that I missed, just to get to the end of it. But I'm fine, I don't really enjoy it as much as I used to, and I don't think I ever really will. It'd probably be the same if I went back and played, like, I don't know, Sonic or something, you know, or the old Scooby-Doo games that I grew up with, or maybe even Animal Crossing, which I used to play. Animal Crossing is probably a bad example, that's not that old. No, it's been more like if I tried to go back and play Fantasia again. That was a nightmare of a game. And that is old. But yeah, anyway, as said, I love the background design of this game. I do like the story. It's unnerving and creepy and weird, but it's set in such a bright, strange package that it is really, really great. I would have really liked, actually, if someone would, or if the studio would have, you know, remake this game, or bring out another chapter, because, you know, what happens to Alice after this? She's technically just murdered somebody. And the, you know, Wonderland's now splinting with her real world. I'd love to see another game for this, but, you know, I've been wanting to see that for years and nothing ever came of it. There was a game that predated this one, American McGee's Alice. I do have that on Xbox, but even when I was younger, that game was just too old for me. It's all polygons and before polygons. It's so pixelated, it's just, yeah, it didn't translate very well to the new, you know, 1080p screens we've got and everything. Well, they weren't even 1080p when I was younger, were they? They were 720, maybe? Or were they 360? Who knows? It was bad. It was a lot of pixels. It was a lot of can't see what I'm doing. I don't think I'll be having another look at that one. I did briefly have a look at the PC version of it, and it's no one's really patched it, so it's not really something I can go back and play. But given that, as I said, it's got much older controls than even this one has, I don't think I can do it. I just end up getting so annoyed with it. And no one wants an angry Roxie. Well, I don't know that actually. I mean, maybe you do want an angry Roxie, but I don't want an angry Roxie. I will say I do like the voice actors in this as well. It's solid performance for all the characters. The only character I was never overly sure about was the caterpillar, because it's kind of like, well, it was a lot of layers on layers of repetitive actions to, you know, not much of a payoff. But I suppose that's neither here nor there, is it? I've only just noticed actually that the music's cut out. Or maybe it just doesn't have music for the rest of the credits. And well, there you go. I tend to forget how long some of these credit scenes are in the older games. They take the time, don't they? What's New Game Plus again? I'm done now with Alice Madness. I hope you guys have enjoyed it just as much as I have. No, hopefully more than I have. I do recommend playing this for yourself. It is its own brand of difficult, and if someone can have a go at Nightmare, I mean, if you think you can do it on Nightmare, go for it. It's an absolute pain in the arse, but that's for you guys to figure out. As I said, I'm done with this now. I'm really glad that I finished one of the more longer standing playthroughs on my channel. After this, it's pretty much a toss up between Dead Space, Alien Isolation and Tomb Raider, or Lara Croft. I will be kind of finishing Lara Croft, but I don't think I'll end up doing a bulk playthrough of it as I have been doing with some of these other games. Just because mainly it's not a horror game, and I am kind of leaning my channel more towards the horror stuff. I just enjoy going through it more, but you kind of get a better atmosphere for horror if you're just doing it all at once. So if I take on Dead Space or Alien Isolation, I'll probably attempt at least to do it in one big pile. Whether that means restarting Dead Space, I'm not sure. I can't really remember what happens. I started it ages ago. We'll have to see. I'm most likely leaning towards Alien because I'm so scared of it. That's like, well, I may as well have a go at that. But anyway, that's for future me to worry about. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. As always, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.